My name is Ann Cleary, and I'm here today because I think it is important for you to see that there is a real human impact to the decisions that you make here on council. Here's what our property looked like before eminent domain. Beyond that wall and those trees was a well-shaded yard, a child's play space, a place for our dogs to run freely, a place for my son to play under the trees with his friends, with his cousins. And we would often sit in chairs under the trees along the perimeter under the wall. Our favorite spot was under this arch, and watch him play. His sliding board ended well before the base of the trees. This is what it looked like out of our kitchen window before the eminent domain. When they came to take our property, they fenced off the area of the taking. And now my son's playset doesn't fit anymore, so the sliding board ends abruptly at the fence. They then came and tore the wall down with heavy construction equipment. These are some photos of that taking place. And of course, one of the first things that occurred to my son to do was to start sliding down the sliding board into the wall, the fence that is now right at the base of the sliding board. And then he figured out he can climb that fence too. And these are some photos of him with his uncle staring out over what used to be our yard, now a construction zone. Then they came for the trees. And when they took down the trees, they did it branch by branch, starting at the bottom, working their way up, and chopping down the tops after they came down, tree by tree. It's a view of one of the trees coming down. Then another, it looks like a palm tree with just the top still there. And then they proceeded with one last tree to take its branches down until what was left was this, the last little remainder of the top of our last tree. It was a very sad day for me, very painful. And this is what was left, a barren, very open, desert-like space where we're now exposed to prospect where we used to be, surrounded by trees. This is what my son's view off the top of his swing set now looks like with no more trees. This is what our yard now looks like with no more trees. And from our kitchen, what used to look like this now looks like this. We can actually see into Luann's parking lot and their cars where we used to see nothing but trees and brush. And I want to say that our neighbors have been affected. They now, where they used to see trees, now see Luann's parking lot and prospect. If people think this is okay because we've been compensated, think again. We have not. So far, we've spent $20,000. We've received nothing, and our appraisal came in well over what we have been offered thus far.